Hi friends, today I'd like to share about the continued ministry of Vyhid Ye Rehab Center. In Ukrainian language, Vyhid Ye means there is a way out, an uplifting slogan for desperate addictions victims. Before the war began on the 24th of February, they had been dealing with addictions, drugs, alcohol, video games, sex, food, and others. However, when the war began, since they lived in Poltava city about 2 hours away from the city of Kharkiv, they volunteered to evacuate its population, followed by providing mental health assistance for them.
Mamajanova Olena Sergeyevna, the city of Kharkiv, the house in northern Saldavka. The house was bombed. It was burned down. Roughly speaking, there are only ruins in the place I lived. How did you live? Under the shelling. They fired. There is aviation. Buildings are burning, everything's burning. Roughly speaking, we don't have the place to come back. The house was burnt on the 40th day. It doesn't stay anymore. We were saving children. Roughly speaking, we were saving children. How many? 5 children. 5 children. 5 children and 2 adults, 8 people. But it was very scary. The Russians were staying in our field. That's it. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Natalia Rudko. I am a psychologist of the Vyhid Ye Center. My colleagues and I have been providing psychological help to the victims of war. They've suffered from the military assaults of Russia. We are providing our services both in Poltava city locally and online. Internally displaced people come to us with different problems, ranging from panic attacks to the loss of purpose in life. It is understandable when a person loses everything in one day, and that not only a house, a car, and other assets, but also oftentimes, and unfortunately, loved ones, relatives, and friends. It gets difficult to find something solid, a foundation in life. And I've noticed that our work, or at least my work, covers different aspects. We work with body, we help people to control their body through breathing exercises, relaxation techniques, which are an urgent care, so to say. And we also work with meaning and purpose. I've been impressed the most by the stories of people who lost everything twice. 8 years ago, they had to leave their homes, successful businesses, their lives because of Russian aggression in the eastern Ukraine. And now they have to do the same, only in another place, different location, like Kharkiv or Slavyansk, which were peaceful, beautiful and flourishing cities until recently. In such cases, we are looking for deeper meanings. What could be a reliable foundation for them? One time, as I was listening to a radio station, I got a hint. They said, God does not choose strong, but He gives strength to His elect. This phrase oftentimes comes in handy to a person to find a new meaning, new foundation, and not to give up, to treat themselves carefully and wisely, to find new meaning in life, take new steps every day, and to recover as a flower which is waking up after a long, cold winter. Our work is valuable for the people. They continue asking for help, and we understand that our army of psychologists is important to help rebuild our beloved Ukraine. Thank you for your attention. Hi, my name is Svetlana. My family and I came to Poltava from Kharkiv city. Our house in Kharkiv was located at the outskirts of the city, and so it got under fire from the first day of the war. I came to work as a volunteer to the city stadium in Poltava, where I met Yulia, a wonderful psychologist. She not only heard our pain, but she helped to restore our emotional well-being, helped to avoid unnecessary aggression, and she helped to understand what to do after our victory and how a young family again can get their home, how to restore those assets that we've lost. And she also helped with our kids. She helped to understand how to organize their education at this time and how they can avoid hysterics at the present time. I anticipated practical help from these meetings, and I have received it. So I appreciate Yulia's help very much. Hello, I'm Yelena. I am from Kharkiv city. As many other Ukrainians, I left my country. I am in France now. I spent a week in a basement and then made a decision to escape because I couldn't cope with that reality mentally. I had a hard journey. I was traveling alone with 2 cats, elderly cats, heavy cats, and it took me about 3 days to get here. It was really hard mentally and physically, but it got more difficult later when I settled in a family of volunteers in France, and I couldn't accept that I had no house, that I was alone, that I couldn't see my family, that my country was being destroyed. I couldn't accept that. This acceptance of what had happened and what they had done with us came later, mostly due to free mental health services. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. It was very necessary for me and others like me. It is really a must-have, because it is very difficult to cope with that alone. I couldn't. I am cordially grateful for that opportunity. I am thankful to this center, Vyhid Ye, and my psychologist Natalia, who is a very delicate, sympathizing and sincere person. One can feel that at once. She is really sympathizing with the client. I'm very happy that I have Natalia, that there is such an opportunity. And I recommended the services to my close friends who are still in Kharkiv. They are still staying in basements. They can't escape now, unfortunately. I also met a lady from Bucha at French classes here, and I also shared with her about this opportunity, and I hope she will use it. Thank you.
Vyhid Ye is an Adventist mental health center working with addictions and trauma. They provide not only sound and professional mental health services, but also share 3 Angels messages with their clients. They work closely with the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Poltava city, and local pastors and elders serve as chaplains of their clients. You can support them to continue providing free mental health services locally and online at OCI's website.